Hey everybody, and welcome back to Bakes by Vasko. I'm Michelle with 1L, and I'm really glad you're here. June is Pride Month, so we are bringing a beautiful burst of color into the kitchen with these vibrant Pride Rainbow Pinwheel cookies. We're using a premium white sugar cookie recipe that acts as a perfect canvas for our colors and holds its shape beautifully. I am going to show you how to dye the dough into 6 bright classic rainbow colors, and then we're going to form them piece by piece directly into a circle mold. If you have been looking for a flawless festive Pride Month baking idea with a unique look, let's get right to this. The first thing you want to do is take your butter, 1 cup or 2 sticks, and 1 1/2 cups of granulated sugar, and cream them together in your large mixing bowl. Give your bowl a scrape down, run once, make sure that everything is getting combined. Then to this, we're going to add 1 large egg and 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla. And you'll want to mix those until they're combined. All right, again, you scrape down your bowl, scrape off your paddle. Make sure nothing's clumped up or hiding. You should have a nice creamy, pale mixture. Should be the butter color of your butter more than anything. There you go. And to this, you're going to add 2 3/4 cups flour and 1 teaspoon salt that you have whisked together. Now you're going to mix this on low. All right. You have a nice dough now. Like I said, it's a nice pale color. It can be handled. You don't need to chill it. Your oven should be 350 degrees. And we're going to separate this into 6 different bowls and make it 6 different colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Okay, now you want to separate your dough into 6 portions. Have clean hands, don't be afraid to touch it. Eyeball it to maybe, let's get it out of here, 1/3 cup. And we can always go back and add more. I'm using food color gel to make these vibrant, classic rainbow colored cookies for Pride Month. We're going to use an egg mold to piece together these cookies. If you have seen a previous video for tuxedo cookies or for my spumoni cookies, that's a similar method we're going to use, only with 6 colors. Now I set aside 1/3 for the last of it. There's still some more, so we're going to go ahead and just take a little spatula worth, eyeball it, about a tablespoonful. I don't really think you need me telling you how to separate your dough, but I did anyway just in case, because this is a learning tutorial for both of us today. First thing you're going to want to do is use red. And you're going to give it a couple drops of red in there. A couple squirts. I use red gel. And we're going to mix it together a little bit. This bowl has a tendency of hiding things in the bottom, so I'm going to scoop it down, make sure there's no plain dough still hiding, which there is. So I'm going to add a couple more drops of red. This has more of a pink flare to it right now. All right, that is a nice, vibrant red. So we're going to move on to our orange and set this off to the side. The dough doesn't need chilled. but you need to wash your mixer blades between each. Next up is orange. Same thing you did with the red. Scoop down the sides of your bowl, make sure there's no pockets hiding. And again, this is a little on the pale side, so I'm going to add a couple more drops. And there's your orange. We'll set that off to the side, wash the blades. Now we're up to yellow. Same as before. Alright, that's a nice color yellow, nice and sunshiny bright. Now we're at green. While you're watching me do this, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And if you try these, tell me in the comments. Blue. And last but not least, my favorite color of all of them, purple. But nothing beats a good rainbow. 'Cause someday you'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All right, we'll let these aside, all 6 colors. And then we'll get to bake the real part of baking these cookies. All right, everybody, we experimented earlier with a different recipe that didn't work out. We're trying this one today because it is a moldable sugar cookie recipe that I got direct from Wilton's for some shapes and different things. It is meant to do that. So I am going to use an egg ring today because the thing I did the other day didn't work out so well. And we're going to take a cookie scoop full of dough and we're going to put it in the egg ring. And then we're going to take another scoop of cookie dough and different color and put it next to it and kind of pinch them together when we're done with all 6 colors and make a rainbow pinwheel. You have seen this, if you follow me, you have seen this method before of pinching the dough together to make a multicolored cookie. We did it at Christmas with our spumoni cookie, and we did it here recently with our black and white tuxedo cookies. So stick with me. Let's get to putting this dough in this mold and see what we come up with. And maybe not use the cookie scoop because you're going to have to wash it out after every color. So just use your fingers and judge a tablespoon of dough. Roll it around. And stick it next to it. Then you want some yellow. And just stick it next to that. And you want some green. My mold's silicone, so it moves around a little bit. Be wary of that. Green. Blue. And finally, a nice big chunk of purple. Take the mold off and pinch it together with your fingers so it's still circular. There you go. And there's your first pinwheel. Last one on this tray because I don't know how they're going to spread. They might not spread at all. All right. Like I said, I'm not going to put any more on here because I don't know how they're going to spread. But we're going to put these in our 350-degree preheated oven and bake them between 9 and 10 minutes until the edges are a golden brown. All right, everybody, because of their thickness, I've let them bake a total of 15 minutes. Now we're going to pull them out of the oven and let them cool on the cooling rack on their tray for about 5 more minutes, and then we'll put them on the cooling rack to finish out all the way. Look at these pretty, vibrant, rainbow-colored pinwheel cookies. Oh, good. So, while I was waiting for those to cook in our 350-degree preheated oven for 15 minutes, I'm messing around with the dough, and I made a little tiny flag. It's not perfect, but this is supposed to be a fun recipe. I want you to take my basics and make it your own. If you want to make flags, if you want to make pinwheels, if you want to make hearts, anything that you want to do, this dough is very manageable and great for things like that. And all the vibrant colors, easy to achieve. So I'm going to go back to my pinwheels because I think they look really cool, but we're going to bake this little pride flag along with it. Since I said that, I grabbed a couple more cookie cutters of my own, heart-shaped, because I love you all, and a flower. We're going to see if we can't make some unique, fun shapes to try on our own. So, got some red dough balled up, and I'm just going to stick it in the flower puddle and smoosh out a little bit. I'm hoping since this dough does hold its shape, by making this flower, we'll have a hole in the middle. And there's a flower. Now let's try for a heart. And last but not least, I've never used it and I've always wanted to. It is a cardinal cookie cutter. I got it in Wisconsin when I turned 50. I've never used it. It's to make bird cookies. So we're going to make a very flamboyant bird using the rest of our dough. And there we go. The head doesn't look very much like a bird, but you get the general idea of what I'm trying to achieve here. Maybe put a little eyeball on it when I'm done. All right, pride flag, a couple of flowers, a couple of hearts, and our eclectic bird are going in the oven for 15 minutes, and then we'll get back to it. All right, everybody, our 6-color rainbow pride cookies are finished. We had some fun with the shapes and made some stars and some hearts and a bird even. You could use this recipe and make it to your liking. Maybe you have a school bake sale and you want to do something in school colors. You could just make a multicolored school color cookie. For the 4th of July, you can dye 1 part red, leave 1 part plain, and dye another part blue, and you've got a patriotic cookie for the 250th birthday of our nation. So you can take this recipe and make it your own and have fun with it. I did Pride cookies because I want to celebrate Pride Month with everybody. I am Michelle with 1L, and you've been watching Baked by Vasko. And now the best part of anything I bake is the eating. Look at those beautiful, beautiful colors. I can't wait to taste it. What color should I bite into first? Close my eyes and... Good cookie. Just sweet enough sugar cookie to be good with coffee, tea, by itself, dip it in milk. Make it your own. Happy Pride, everybody. See you next time.